It's Jimmy, Scott, and Diggerman from the Theme Park Podcast.
Are you looking to finally make that move to Orlando? Maybe you already live here and want to be closer to the parks.
Use the official real estate agent of the Theme Park Podcast, LaurenCampbellRealtor.com.
Lauren helped my mom both buy and sell her house.
I bought a house of 10 years with Lauren.
Didn't you marry her?
Shush. I love my real estate agent, and you will too. Call Lauren Campbell at 407-325-4225. That's 407-325-4225.
Goldwell Banker Realty.
I think when we recorded that, I had a cold.
You did.
No, I think it's just that.
I don't know. Scott remembers. Did I have a cold for real?
Yeah, you did. That was right after we wrote Haggard, and you were going through it.
I have a really weird super talent, and that is I can always tell on the radio, in movies, on television, if someone is sick. I can hear it in their voice. It's something in my ears. I can pick it up, and that includes myself.
Could you tell when you were watching Joker, the first one, that Arthur Fleck was sick because he was twisted in his mind?
That I could tell. I'm mostly just talking about colds. I admit the common cold. I can't tell you if somebody's got something hidden, like they've got herpes that's not visible or AIDS or something. But if they've got a cold, I can hear it. The ears, they pick it up. I wish there was some sort of practical use I could get out of this super talent, but there isn't one.
They could have used you during COVID, man. Just like a drug sniffing dog. Just put you out front.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it.
You just have to talk to them. You have to have like a 20-minute conversation with each person.
No, I don't need long. We'll be watching a show and I hear somebody talking like they have a cold when they recorded this. They were sick.
Oh, so by that logic, you'd be able to tell if like a kid was faking it and trying not to go to school.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe I should be a dean.
A truancy officer.
If you find out, you sit down and wag your tail.
Or maybe I should just make it my own. I should make it my own business, and all the schools have to come to me for verification.
Yes.
It's like the D-verify.
You have to drive to every school.
They just got to call me on the phone. It's fine. All right, should we do a podcast on theme parks?
Yes.
This one a really weird place.
All right. Coming down to 3, 2.
From the theme park capital of the world, Orlando, Florida, this is the Theme Park Podcast. Wait, podcast? Isn't this on the radio? Why does everything gotta be so messy on this station? Anyway, here's your hosts, Dickerman, Jimmy D, and Scott Harris.
Hey there, and welcome to the Theme Park Podcast. Dickerman here. There is Jimmy D.
Happy birthday, LaurenCampbellRealtor.com.
That's right. She did just have her birthday, right?
Yes, and I forgot to mention it last episode. So,
well, this is closer to her actual birthday. So happy birthday, Lauren. Scott Harris, of course, is here with us as well because he is the glue that holds this whole thing together.
What's going on? What's up? Happy spooky season.
And happy birthday to Lauren. Don't forget that.
And happy birthday to Lauren.
Technically in the spooky season? I don't think it is.
No, I would say it's the mid-June.
Yeah, that's spooky season. Yeah, it's spooky season.
No, it's only spooky if you see me at the pool without a shirt on.
I mean, Finalization Bloodline just came out 28 years later. It's about to come out. We're in the heart of spooky season.
There are a lot of horror movies coming out. We were just discussing 28 years later recently.
Yeah, I mean, what should we call it? There was Dangerous Animals just came out, the shark movie.
I still love Sinners. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that came out in April.
Good movie. Quality film. All right, so in the theme park world, you both went to theme parks. Scott, I know you're going to another theme park in the coming days. So why don't we start with you? Because tomorrow you've got Epic Universe, which you can tell us about next week. But in the meantime, you went somewhere else?
Yeah, I went to, well, I wouldn't say I went to a theme park. I parked at a theme park.
Okay.
And then we adventured around on a Skyliner.
Okay, that kind of counts. That counts as going. I've been meaning to do the Skyliner, but it's too hot.
Would you say, Scott, you were crawling?
No, not really, actually. No. Well, you mentioned it was hot. So we found a TikTok video of like this whole itinerary of things you can do on like one of the runs of the Skyliner. It's like, hey, let's do this. These are places never been to. So
Okay.
you
All right.
started
Did you
Hollywood
end up in a
Studios.
Chinese internment camp?
No.
What? Okay.
Started there, then got on the Skyliner, went over to the Art of Animation,
Mm-hmm.
walked
Cool
around
place.
there. I'd never been over there before.
Jimmy, did we go to the Art of Animation when we went on Amanda's Skyliner bar crawl? I don't remember if that was one of our stops.
We did actually. That's where it concluded.
Okay.
Because
all right.
like Art of Animation, and what's the it's like a sports one that's like
Century.
Oh, Disney All-Star. Wait, is Art of Animation the one with the mater and everybody out front?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
yes,
I remember.
we definitely went
That's
to
a
that
cool
one, yeah.
spot. I liked it. That was really nice, actually. I was surprised how nice it was there.
Yeah.
Their
it's
pool
like,
bar is awesome.
yeah, it's themed to Lion King, Little Mermaid, Cars, and Finding Nemo.
Yeah, cool. A lot of cool things to see there.
Then bounced over to Pop Century, got a drink there. So yeah, I mean, we did. It said there were drinks, but it's like we shared a drink.
Okay.
Got back on the Skyliner. Whenever wander around the Riviera, the fancy hotel.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Smelled like it's. You ever like be in a place and it smells fancy?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a nice spot over there. I didn't feel like when I was there, I didn't feel like I was so much at a Disney property. It didn't feel as connected for some reason to me. I don't know why. Might have just been the theming.
Scott, the Bay Tower, which is connected to the Contemporary, which is a DVC hotel. You
Mhm.
go in there and it has a distinct smell.
Yep.
Well, they
That's what
all
I mean.
do.
Yep.
Yeah, like the Polynesian. I walk into the Polynesian and it's immediate memories immediately
Well-
because that was where I always stole parking when I would go to Magic Kingdom when my daughter was a baby.
The Polynesian though actually has like smells of Hawaii, because like
Yeah,
when I was in
got
Hawaii,
foliage in there.
I was like, oh my god, that's exactly how the Polynesian smells.
Yeah.
And then we were like, all right, let's get on. The whole impetus was like, hey, we want to get some corn dogs at Boardwalk.
Okay.
So it's
Me
like we
too.
walk over to the Skyliner, not boarding.
Oh, weather.
Boarding.
No, it was sunny, very sunny,
hot.
very sunny.
Too hot
Oh.
for Skylinering.
We don't know. They just said not boarding.
Mm.
So it's like, all right, let's go find some shade to go, like, just wait until we can see it go again. And then we see it go. It's like, all right, let's rush over there. And then stops again. And it's like, we talk to them. It's like, hey, we just want to get to Boardwalk. And it's like, well, you can take a bus to Epcot. It's like, yeah, but that isn't actually going to help us. We want to get to the back of Epcot.
Yes.
So it's like, all right, well, you can take a bus to Hollywood Studios and then take a boat over.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a bad option. I mean, they could have told you to take a bus over to either Beach Club or Boardwalk. I mean, that's another
But-
option.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, you have to go to Ticket and Transportation Center to transfer.
And that
Yeah.
bus didn't really exist either. So it's very much if the Skyliner isn't, and the crazy thing is, from where we were stuck, we could see the ball, basically.
Mhm.
It's like on the other side of like an 8-lane highway.
You're reminding me of things I don't like about Disney. Don't do this, Scott, because I really
It's-
want to go back.
It's just one of those things where it's like, if one mode of transportation doesn't work, like it has such a domino effect on everything else. So we waited for a bus, and that took us back to Hollywood Studios so we could take the boat. But the line for the boat got so long that we weren't under the covering at the dock. So it's just like, and it's like, I'm sorry, but this isn't a complaint because I understand stuff happens. But if you lose one mode of transportation, you should be doubling all of the other things. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
Skyliner's down, you should have twice the amount of boats getting people around.
I mean, we've all been there at closing time in Magic Kingdom, and we know what a nightmare that is. I mean, I figured by now they would have had maybe some better things worked out, but I don't know.
And
You know, it doesn't
that's-
sound that
I don't
way.
know what it was. It wasn't like rain or anything. It was a very sunny day. It wasn't windy or anything. So something must have happened where they weren't boarding anymore.
Somebody got microwaved in the Skyliners. It's too hot to be riding. those
Well, no,
things.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When it was moving, you couldn't tell that it was 95 degrees outside. Legitimately, the breeze coming through was so nice.
Yeah,
I've
but
always
Scott,
wondered because I know those things. I mean, if they're stopped, it's hot in there.
Yeah, and that's the concern, I bet, because it may not be hot in there while the Skyliner is moving, but if there was an emergency situation, that could escalate to be, that's like leaving, your dog in the car while you're in Target.
But do remember that the emergency kit does have water in it inside of each of the pods.
That's true. That's true. I don't know if they have enough water, but they do.
But we did eventually make it to Boardwalk.
Did you get your corn dog?
So we got 2 corn dogs, and then we went to Abracadabar and ate them there.
Okay.
Because we were like, hey, is it cool if we eat these? They're like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Like we're ordering drinks, so it's like, and other people were like, where'd you get these from?
Did you at any point go and scream for the ice cream place to return?
No, which is weird because there is an ice cream place there, but it's just not the same.
Not the same as Ample Hills.
We got the Mexican street dog.
Okay.
Jalapeno cheddar sausage, cornmeal batter topped with garlic mayo, corn, cojita cheese, and cilantro.
Wonderful.
Doesn't sound bad.
It was delicious. And then the Golden Dragon all beef hot dog, cornmeal with panko breadcrumbs served with sriracha mayo and a sweet Thai chili.
Yeah,
Delicious.
sounds good too. What was the winner of those two?
The Mexican street dog. They were both good, but that was the clear winner. Want to go back though because they have a giant mozzarella stick.
Oh, I have seen this. Have
Yeah.
you seen the pull apart videos? It's like
Yes.
unboxing videos.
Yeah. Giant mozzarella stick coated in garlic and Italian seasoned panko breadcrumbs.
It comes with a large side of marinara, I assume.
But they also have, yes, it
Pandemonium.
does. But they also have the pickle dog, which is an all beef hot dog wrapped in a dill pickle, fried in cornmeal batter, rolled in panko breadcrumbs, served with peanut butter.
I want to
Absolutely
take
not.
a bite and try it. I don't know that I want a whole one.
I want
Exactly.
to push that sand into the lake.
I want to try. I want to try it one day.
All right, Scott,
Have
we
these?
can roll. We'll roll out. Yeah, let's roll out there, and we'll bring a bunch of people, and just chop it up, and everybody can have a bite.
But even though we couldn't get Ample Hills Creamery, RIP, we stand a legend, went over to the Cake Bake Shop,
Okay, so that's new. I don't know that one.
which is the very fancy dessert restaurant.
It's what used
this
to be
is the one you sent us a
ESPN
picture
Zone.
of.
Yes.
Oh, ESPN Zone's gone, and they got a cake shop there now.
Yes.
Correct.
Well, there's a restaurant, but there's also a cake shop next to it.
Okay,
It's
all right,
all
right,
tied into the same place.
All right.
We got the Pixie Fetty birthday cake.
Yeah, you sent us a picture. This looks like a healthy sized piece of cake.
$22. It is pricey, but it was one of the best cakes I've ever had. It might be the best frosting I've ever had in a cake.
Wait,
Slice?
no, you got
Slice.
the whole cake for that. No, wait, what slice?
Slice.
One slice.
One slice.
Was it bigger than your head?
It was a good portion of cake.
There was
Cake
no-
slice.
No bourbon or nothing in it. Just
Nope.
$5
When I got
shake?
that, when I got that thing at the Mexico, it was the replica of the building with the mousse and the ice cream, and that thing was giant, like it was massive. That was like $35.
Mhm.
$22 for a single slice.
It's a very
Pretty-
divisive this place, but I will say after trying it, I want to go back and try almost every single other flavor they have.
Wow.
There's a Neapolitan,
sometimes-
a lemon blueberry, a millionaire. There's a cookie dough cake, which is one that I really want to try.
You gotta be a millionaire to try it there.
Red velvet carrot cake, raspberry champagne. There's an Oprah cake.
I mean, at that price, you cannot ever have a miss. You can't have a piece of cake that's slightly stale or just not quite right. You know, you go to a fast food joint or you go to any restaurant, quick service at Disney, and like sometimes it's great, sometimes it's terrible. They can't have an off night if you're charging $22 for a piece of cake. Everything's got to be perfect every single time.
It was delicious. Highly recommend. If you want to splurge a little bit, highly recommend.
Okay. All right. I mean, that is a splurge. I will call that one a splurge for real. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but yeah, I would definitely need to see, make sure everybody's saying 5 stars at all times.
Scott, you've got that cake you ate and Captain Jack's Berry Treasure from Ale House sitting next to in front of you at the table, which one are you going to first?
Cake I ate.
Wow. That's a
Jack's
bold
gotten pretty
statement.
Expensive. It's gotten pretty expensive too. $10 for a piece of Captain Jack. It's a lot too.
Well, that's because you asked them to like deep fry it and cover it in other stuff.
I think it basically is when you get it.
Well, when
It
you
sounds
get
like you had a successful trip out, though, Scott.
Minus the little delay with the Skyliner and the fact that it was like 95 degrees in the shade. It was a very good day.
I don't like walking outside right now. Jimmy, you seem to be brave enough to go out and hit a theme park in the dead of summer, which we do not recommend here on the Theme Park Podcast. Where did you go?
Well, Lauren Campbell, Realtor.com's birthday. So we went out to the Jungle of Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen, which is the Jungle Cruise themed restaurant that's right across from the ride.
Is her favorite ride the Jungle Cruise or is it the Haunted Mansion?
There's an ebb and flow to that question, but as of today, at noon, it was Jungle Cruise.
It depends on if it's spooky season or not.
Well, Haunted Mansion was the favorite for a long time, as you guys know, because I bought her that Dooney and Burke purse.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of shifted towards Jungle Cruise a few years ago and hasn't really been displaced yet.
Okay, all right. Well, let's hear it. How was your visit out there? Was anything broken?
I will tell you that I got in line and got one of those Kelsey brother recommended spring rolls right outside of Ventureland. I got I've had them both. I prefer the cheeseburger one because it's got like that the Big Mac secret sauce kind of dipper for it. Oh, fantastic. So that was my favorite.
Those guys ever since those cereal mashups came out. I don't like their flavors. I can't trust their tastes.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
They came out with cereal mashups and it was like dumb. It was like dumb things together. It was like Fruit Loops and Cheerios. I'm like, that's stupid.
I would eat that.
Yeah, I would eat that too.
I don't remember that's what it was.
Yeah, those are two of those popular cereal flavors that exist.
They don't go together though. They don't go together. It's like
it doesn't matter. They're both circles.
Nah. I don't know if that was what it was, but when I saw it, I'm like, no, this is incorrect. You guys need to try again. Go back to the drawing board.
You made it sound like it was, we recommend Frosted Flakes in peanut butter.
They might
actually that would be good.
I don't know what it was, but it didn't appeal to me.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a miss yet.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
please go on.
So we go into Jungle Cruise, and it's been Lauren and I realized that we've been to the parks a lot in the last 2 years. We have not been to Magic Kingdom proper in 2 years.
I feel like that happens a lot. Yeah.
And I don't know how that happened, but we went on Jungle Cruise, and it's starting to come back to me, like all these updates that they made to the ride that we hadn't seen yet because we haven't been back.
Did you see the backside of water?
We did see the backside of water.
Wow.
But
what's the new
wonder of the world.
Yeah, there used to be a rhino that had his horn like poking the guy in the tushy as he was up the pole. Mm-hmm. They got rid of the rhino. Now there's 3 hyenas.
Yep.
Wow.
And then
they thought the rhino was inappropriate, huh? Because of the horn.
I think it was just a different animatronic that they wanted to put in there.
Okay.
I don't know that there's nothing. Just updating it. Just
exactly.
Flavor.
Stop being afraid of change at rides.
I know there's no political agenda here.
We fear change.
No, don't say we. You.
And then on the
generation,
after you pass through the temple, there's a sunken ship, and it has a bunch of chimpanzees like swinging around on it. And I was like, okay, this is new too. And then the Trader Sam's stand at the end, it's a little different. They added an elephant to it now. There's like a little
still
baby
selling
elephant.
Shrunken Heads. The Shrunken Head's still a thing.
No, and he hasn't been there for him personally has not been on display for some time now.
He's got a restaurant. He's got a bar to maintain.
That's true.
Well, they said he said he would be back in 15 minutes, and that was 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So, and then the other thing that I noticed is we did Pirates of the Caribbean, pretty reliable. And then we went over to Haunted Mansion, and I had not seen how they added the Hatbox Ghost to the Orlando version of the ride, and I thought it was brilliant. I really love
Jared Leto, right?
That's Jared Leto, correct?
Oh, is that the Jared Leto Hatbox Ghost? Interesting.
Well, I mean, if you watch that movie, I don't think you could tell that Jared Leto's in it until you see the credits.
That's the way it goes a lot of times. How are the lines on the rides you chose?
Anything that was not a roller coaster, with the exception of Peter Pan, was like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
How come
something
Peter Pan's always backed up. What's wrong with Peter Pan?
something weird is happening with the attendance at a lot of these parks lately.
And
It's
then
been going on for a couple of years though. Remember July 4th last year? Like the park was dead. It was dead on July 4th.
yeah, well, it was pretty light, and the longest line I saw was like 75 minutes, and I want to say that was Mine Train.
Yeah.
I don't think Tron got above 45.
Oh,
We
man,
still had a
that's
bunch of
weird.
stuff that we wanted to go on, and I mean that kind of a wait. That's nothing for Tron. So we were like, we're gonna go do it. We just ran out of time before we could.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, have you done Tron, Jimmy? Are you willing to ride Tron?
No, but I am willing to go into the gift shop and leave money there.
Okay, that's good. That's fair enough.
Yes.
So good day. You can't predict these theme park wait times anymore. It's impossible. There used to be an ebb and a flow too. We used to know the fall would be quieter, the period between spring and summer quieter. Now you never know.
But
No,
you
but
know
there's
what?
still
It's
the
gonna be what it's gonna be.
reliable of knowing, like, hey, it's rained. It's later in the day. It's going to die down a little bit.
True.
Honest-
True.
Even though the park was pretty light, we were leaving like at 9 o'clock, and the fireworks were starting at 9:20. So there's already like the buildup of people, like, and they let you like hang out in the middle of Main Street now to
Mhm.
watch the fireworks. And all I could think about when we were leaving the park is like, how is there not like an expressway to just get out of here?
It's always
Like-
a nightmare to get out of Magic Kingdom.
like
Worst experience in the
Rainbow
world is leaving that park.
Bridge.
Well,
Rainbow Bridge.
I'm not even
Yes.
I'm not even just talking about that, Scott. But do you know how like when Epcot was under construction with the whole center part, and they had like multiple ways to get in and out of the park?
Oh, yeah.
I wish those exits were still there. Like, and like have a way to like open up the park so that everybody can get out faster.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nightmare. That is the one thing I hate about Magic Kingdom is leaving. It's so hard. It's such a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what though? Normally, like I've timed it before, and there's been a bunch of times where I timed it. It was like a 50-minute experience to go from like Frontierland to your car. And this time it was like 20 minutes. It was
Yeah.
really, it was fairly easy to get through.
Sometimes you catch it right. Sometimes you catch it just right and it's golden. Other times you're stuck in a nightmare loop for an hour and a half. You never know what it's going to be.
You're watching 2 rounds of fireworks.
Yes. This
Yeah.
is true.
I have been at Magic Kingdom and been at the fireworks and has seen the monorail go down. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. All right. Well, it sounds like a successful birthday trip out there.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Lauren
quite
Campbell at
wonderful.
Realtor.com had a good time. Yeah.
She did, and the food at that at the Skipper's Canteen is pretty spot on.
Okay. All right. That is one I have not done yet. It's a little on the pricier side for Magic Kingdom, right?
Yeah. I got tastes like chicken because it is, and it was like $19 for the entree.
Yeah. That's seems about average then, I guess.
Oh, but they have a drink, and I sent you guys pictures of it. It is orange Dole Whip, and then some other stuff that they mix it and make it a milkshake essentially, and
Oh.
fantastic.
You got that? Of course you got that.
Of course. Well, I'm glad I did because like everybody was so full, and there was no opportunity for me to get Dole Whip otherwise.
Yeah.
Plus, I had already gotten the spring roll, so it was like
Full
balance
experience.
things. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we should probably dive into a touch of news, should we not, Scott Harris? Because we don't have a ton of time left.
Yeah, I can run through this very quickly. Well, speaking of Magic Kingdom, they're doing 2 days of 4th of July fireworks, July 3rd and 4th.
Okay. More
This is
fireworks. Yes, that's going to be.
Disney's Celebrate America, a 4th of July concert in the sky.
See, they're trying to bring the people out because people didn't go last year.
They did. The thing is, like, it gets busy at night at the parks because people want to see fireworks.
During the day, it was dead.
Yeah, because usually during the day, people just like want to do stuff with their family.
Okay. Well, I'd go to the parks with my family if I had passes.
Well, then you could buy them. They are readily available. Speaking of Disney, we now have an opening date for Test Track, which is July 22nd.
Okay. So, how much do you think are we going to see changed on Test Track, or is it going to be exactly the same?
No,
So my guess is They're gonna do a thing where you kind of zigzag like down the road. Again, I think these are like off the dome. There's gonna be a thing where you go really fast and then stop.
Okay, that's testing the brakes. Sure.
Then there's gonna be a thing where you go into a place and it's really hot, and then it'll be really cold.
Okay.
And then at some point you'll be outside and you'll be going really fast.
That sounds like a great ride.
I mean,
the same ride they
again,
closed, but it sounds like a great ride.
I mean, again, I don't know if they'll be able to pull off these creative ideas, but that's just a hypothesis for what it'll be like.
All
I wish.
So.
I wish you could hear an eye roll. I really do.
Yes. Next month, we'll see. Maybe it's going to come back and it's going to have like a ton of cool changes. You never know.
It's going to be completely different from the last iteration because the last iteration was kind of like very Tron-esque without calling it Tron.
Yeah.
And then this time they're going to go into a bunch of safety features that are on modern cars. And then it's going to have like, you know, so it's going to go back to more closer to the original version of it, but like a little bit souped up, a little, you know, freshened up. You probably won't have the same kinds of like, you know, we're going to do the heat test, we're going to do the cold test, you know.
Well, one of their big tests was the automatic braking. I'm like, well, we all have that now.
Very quickly though, I had this wrong. It's Test Track presented by General Motors.
Of course it is. Yes, General Motors is going to keep that sponsorship.
I just want them to bring back
kind deal. They get GM vehicles, and then they have it on the Test Track sponsorship.
Just bring back the chaotic crash test dummy like shoe that Test Track 1.0 had. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. I did like that.
Very quickly, Jason's coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Sorry, the Jason universe is coming to Halloween Horror Nights.
So this is all Jason movies potentially. Everything.
Potentially, yes.
Any iteration of Jason could be there.
Yes.
And maybe all of them.
Yes.
All right. Well, Scott Harris, if people want to find us on social media to get more late breaking news, where can they go?
You can follow us on Twitter at Theme Park Show, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at the Theme Park Podcast. You can watch it at themeparkyoutube.com.
And the show traditionally comes to you live from the Lauren Campbell Realtor.com Tebow Gazebo Studios. For Jimmy D, for Scott Harris, I am Dickerman. Until next week, we will see you out at the parks.
This has been the Theme Park Podcast. Follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at the Theme Park Podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, check out the themeparkpodcast.com, the iHeartRadio app, or Apple Podcasts.